Welcome to the guide for PIM 1.1a. This is an in-game script for sorting components, ores, ingots, etc., but also for controlling the refineries and assemblers. In addition, the block weapons can also be supplied with ammunition. The script is installed in the usual way. It displays some important information on the large LCD of the programmable block on which it is running. Otherwise, the script does not do anything else at first, unlike perhaps others. It is also important to note that all activities of the script are limited to the construct on which the programmable block is located. Ships docked via connectors are not affected by the script. Let's start sorting. All the cargo containers are currently empty. Let's put a few components in a container and see what happens. The script recognizes the components but does not yet know where to put them, so we have to define a container for it. We do this by adding round bracket open, SMS, comma, component, round bracket close to the container name. All components found by the script are now sorted into this container. Let's sort other types of items, for example, ammo. We define another container for this. The script now sorts the ammunition it finds into this container. Let us sort ores. One should occasionally take a look at this LCD. Useful information or any errors that may occur will be displayed there. As ice is, by definition, also an ore, it is initially dragged into the ore container.
No energy.
However, we can also define a separate ice container. Several item types can also be pushed into one container, for example, ingots and ice. The item types must be separated by commas. It is also possible to define a container for an individual resource type. Here, for example, for iron ore or ingot uranium. We have now defined the containers for the three most important item types, namely ores, ingots, and components. We can also define multiple containers for an item type. The script also shows on the display of the programmable block when the space in the defined containers is running out. There are also shortcuts for various items. For example, you can enter gravel for ore stone. For individual components, enter the name, for example, steel plate. For a complete list, take a look at the guide on Steam. Now I'll show you how to control the refineries with the script. First, let's build one and see how it normally works. In vanilla operation, the refineries pull the ores at random, always the ones they find first. It's usually not the best processing order, but that's why you now have my script. It refines the resources based on the urgency and how they are needed. To control this refinery with the script, simply add SMS to the name, enclosed in round brackets. The conveyor system is then switched off, because only the script itself pushes the ores into the refinery, and also transports the produced ingots out of the refinery. You can display the refining progress on an LCD. To do this, build an LCD and add the name with SMS, refining in round brackets, as you can see here. You will also find a short description at the beginning of the script. Adjust the LCD a little so that you can read the font easily. Now you have an overview of all the refineries on your grid, including those that are not controlled by the script. At the top left, you can see the recipe. Here, gold ore to ingot. On the right is the amount of ore, and below that, the amount of ingots on the grid. At the bottom left is the number of refineries that process this ore, and the estimated time it will take to process it all. This is a rough estimate. The script dynamically calculates the order in which the ores are processed and which ores are sent to the refinery first. This so-called ore prio can be overwritten by you. To do this, build an LCD, preferably a wide one, in portrait format. Then add the name with SMS, ore prio, in round brackets, as shown here. The script calculates the ore priority between 1 and 200, but it is possible to overwrite the priority up to 10,000. Priority 0 then means that the ore is no longer processed in this refinery type. A list of all refinery types and the ore processing possible there will then be displayed. Gold ore has a processing priority of 150 and iron of 94. Gold is ahead in processing. Let's set the priority of iron to a value of 1,000 and see what happens. The desired priority is simply written into the LCD text. The script then formats the list itself after a few moments. As you can see here, the script has accepted the now higher priority of iron ore, and from now on processes iron first. Let's build two other refinery types, the industrial and the basic refinery, and see what happens on the LCD. Oh, pretty confusing, but we can build several LCDs and make everything a bit clearer. The displayed refinery types can be influenced with a filter. Let's put all three types on their own LCD. First, we display only the large refinery on the first LCD.
Fuel critical.
Now we build two LCDs next to it and write the same as in the first one in the name. Then we set the filters accordingly, and it's a bit clearer. That's better. But even without these LCDs, the ore processing usually works very well. However, I will have to rework the ore processing in the future. My script already works very well with the Industrial Overhaul mod. Various other mods are also supported. To do this, the support for individual mods must be activated in the configuration. Please go to the custom data in the programmable block and adjust the configuration. Here is the list of supported mods. To activate the support, change the false behind the mod name to true and restart the script. For IO mod and the ammomanager, I make separate videos. The script also supports the autocrafting of all items that can be produced in an assembler. The system is again controlled via one or more LCDs. First, we build an LCD and name it with SMS, autocrafting in round brackets. Strange. There are no items to be seen here yet? Oh yes, that's because we don't yet have an assembler on the grid that is controlled by the script. Let's build one then. Only items are displayed if assemblers are also controlled via the script. Great. Now all items that can be produced with this basic assembler are displayed. You can enter the desired quantity in the max column. If the quantity falls below 80% of this amount, the item is put into production. The value 80% can be changed in Autocrafting threshold above. You can also filter the items displayed here. For example, if you only want to display steel plates. You can also enter several keywords separated by commas. Please use upper and lower case. For all items, use the asterisk symbol. Okay, let's put something automatically into production. Let's start with the most important thing, steel plates. The assemblers are not connected to the conveyor network here, so they do not start producing. However, this is not important for this demonstration. The entire production is displayed in the assembly column, even if it is entered manually. Now let's see if we can complete the list even further. We're building a large assembler that can produce even more items. And finally, the new Super Prototech assembler. Production is distributed to all assemblers who can produce the required item. We can also build several LCDs for autocrafting. The autocrafting list is divided into different item types. The most common are components, tools and guns, and ammo magazine. The currently available ones are displayed here. We can display all or only certain ones, for example, only tools and guns. Or just ammo magazine for a special ammunition autocrafting LCD. These were the basic functions of the script. Special features will be explained in additional short videos. Thank you for watching up to this point. I hope you find the script helpful. Best regards.